Hi friends, welcome back. So in this video, I'll be discussing about a video about what kind of role you wanted to choose, whether you wanted to choose a software development career or a software testing career, which is the best fit for you. That I'm going to discuss in this video. So I'll be giving around 10 different thought process for each of these software development career and software testing role that I'm going to give a differences so that you can make your decision on your own. The difference is role focus. In software development versus software testing, that is a role focused career. In software development, we are the person purely working on the designing aspects, building the software and implementing the overall software solution. That is the overall role focus for a development person. But in terms of software testing person, here you will be ensuring the software quality via thorough testing and identifying the issues. That is the key differences of software development versus testing, which is role focus. And the second difference is the skills which are required, which are emphasized for development versus testing is in development, you should have a good understanding of programming languages, hands-on experience with the programming languages, and also you should be thoroughly working on the algorithm designs, and even problem solving skills must have it for development roles. But software testing role, you would be required key analytical thinking skills are very much required. Attention to the details is very much required for taking up the software testing roles. Plus, you should be a good troubleshooter as well, where you should be able to troubleshoot the application where the issues are coming up. That is the second key differences of skill emphasis between development versus testing. And the third one is creativity. Creativity plays a very important role in software industry for development roles, which requires creative problem solving, plus innovation is also very much needed to take up the development roles. But in terms of testing, the creativity is more on focusing on methodological, systematic testing approaches that we are going to adopt as part of the creativity. And the next difference is attention to the detail. This is very important for the development, but more emphasis on creating the functional solutions. But in testing, attention to details is very crucial and critical, as well as identifying even small issues is very crucial as part of software testing role. And the next key difference is the communication skills. The communication skills which are very much required in development as well, which requires they need to collaborate with the various team members to develop the software. Similarly, in software testing as well, the communication plays a very crucial role, where software tester will be communicating with the developers, stakeholders for the issue resolution. Hence, communication plays a vital role for both development and testing. And the next one is feedback handling. The feedback handling is a very crucial aspect, especially for development, which is receptive to the feedback for improving the code and functional features. That is where they will be working by the development team. But in terms of testing team, they need to provide feedback on the software quality and potential improvements to all the relevant stakeholders. That is one is technical depth. The technical depth is very much required for development team. In-depth knowledge of programming skills and framework development is also very much key for taking up the development role in terms of technical aspects. From testing perspective, understanding the testing concepts, methodologies, tools and techniques which they are looking for software testers roles. And the next one is domain expertise or a domain knowledge, which is very much required for both development as well as testing, where developers should have understanding of the domain in which the software operates. Then only they can implement effectively any software. Even for testing role as well, understanding the principles and software requirements and also domain knowledge is also very crucial for both the roles. Next key difference is problem solving approach. In problem solving approach, the more focus by the development team is on solving the problems through coding and system architecture in development perspective. Now in testing, the focus is on identifying, resolving the issue within the software. That is kind of problem solving skills are required for the testing team. And work environment. For development, they may work independently or within the team depending on the project scope. Testing often works closely with the developer plus other testing professionals as well. And the time management which is required for both development and testing is developers will be more balancing in terms of coding tasks with respect to project deadlines and priorities. But in testing, they will be more focusing on the test execution, timelines, reporting, and findings accordingly. And the next key difference is risk assessment. From development perspective, they consider risk associated with the software design and implementation all the time. But by the tester, they will be considering risk as identify the quality and test coverage. And in terms of adoptability, software development team adopts changing of project requirements and technologies. But from testing perspective, adapting to the testing strategies based on project needs and feedback is very much required as an adaptability. And the next key difference is in terms of documentation. From documentation perspective, development team will be more on documenting code-wise, architecture-wise, and design decisions. They need to document it. But from testing perspective, they are going to create test plan, test cases, reporting, and remaining testing activities. And quality assurance perspective, development will be more focusing on the building the features that meet the requirements and quality standards. From testing perspective, focus on verifying the software meets the quality standard. That is the key difference between development versus software testing. And the next difference is coding proficiency. In terms of coding proficiency or coding skills, the development team requires more coding skills, especially with the different programming languages and for software development tools as well. From testing perspective, even the testers, if they have basic coding skills for test automation or scripting, is also more than enough to take up the testing role. The next one is from career progression point of view, from both development as well as testing, the progression towards roles such as software architect or tech lead roles as they grow in their career. In software testing field, the progression towards roles such as test lead, QA manager, or analyst, even or business analyst, that kind of roles the software testing person can take it as a career progression. And in terms of user interaction, end user interaction, development team involves in designing user interfaces and user experiences. That's where the interaction will be there with the customer or stakeholders. But for testing person, you'll be focusing on ensuring the software meets the user requirements and their expectation. That is a key motto for a software tester. And in terms of problem domain complexity, for development team, they are going to deal with the complex algorithms, data structures, and system design from the development perspective. From testing perspective, they are going to deal with the complex testing scenarios and diverse software systems. That's where the integration will happen with the multiple systems, and we'll have to test those multiple integrated softwares. That becomes very complex for the software testers. Final difference is personal preference also matters here. If person is very much interested in terms of building software solution tackling the coding challenges, and then he must choose to take up the development role. But for the person who enjoys analyzing the systems, finding defects and ensuring higher quality, then that person should take software testing role.